Good morning and welcome back to the Little French Homestead. My name is Sherry and today we have 5 super easy and fun Valentine's Day treats. Yes, it is coming up. And talking about treats, I have a helper today, my wonderful daughter Abby. All the recipes will be linked in the description box below. First, you see her making some strawberry fudge. You will need one 12-ounce package of the strawberry candy melts and one 16-ounce jar of strawberry frosting. Now, in a microwavable safe bowl, place all of the candy melt in the bowl, microwave for at least 2 minutes. Start mixing it all up as it's starting to melt. If it needs to go back in, go ahead. If not, just continue to melt. Then you're going to want to put your your frosting in the microwave, but make sure you remove the lid and you take all of the aluminum foil off. You can't have any aluminum foil going in that microwave. Put it in the microwave for about a minute, and you're going to go ahead and very carefully take it out as it could be a little liquidy. You're going to pour that frosting into the bowl. You're going to mix it all up, and then you're going to stick it in an 8x10 greased parchment paper lined glass container, and you're going to stick that in the freezer for about 2 to 4 hours. When it's done, you're going to put it on a countertop like I just did here. I trimmed the edges all off just to make it look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, but we all ate the edges because it was absolutely delicious, this was. And a little later, we did add some colorful Valentine's Day non-Pirellis on it, which you'll see later at the end. Now, we are going to be making chocolate-covered strawberries and Oreo cookies. So she picked out the best ones that she thought that she wanted to use. Then you're going to go ahead and melt separately some white chocolate and some semi-sweet chocolate. You see here we use the Ghirardelli brand, and they were absolutely phenomenally delicious. Now, after we used the fudge, I put a pastry bag inside a glass just so it's easier for me to pour all of the leftover mixes, the chocolate melt into that, so we can go ahead and trim the edges of the piping bag off, and we can decorate,
Move on to the next one.
Get those nice aesthetically pleasing lines as you would like. Now, you decorate however you want to decorate. She's making them look absolutely divine. When we were all done, we placed the chocolate in the refrigerator. You could do for about 3 to 4 hours. We actually put ours in the freezer because we weren't going to be waiting that much longer. We could not wait to devour all of this. You see here, she's adding some white chocolate onto some white chocolate. We were looking at some videos and some pictures online before we did this, so she could kind of get an idea of what we were looking at to accomplish, and these were perfect. They could have not come out any better than what they did. Now, my husband's not a fan of strawberries, which is totally fine, but the rest of the family, we ate them all up. We only did a few here, but after we were all done, we made way more, and they were awesome. So for this recipe here, I wanted to try something a little different. We are doing a wine glass raspberry cake. Now, our local store had buy one, get one free pre-made mixes, and I was fine with that with a lot of the stuff we were cooking over the next day or so. So we just used a white vanilla box cake. She added 3 of the fresh eggs that our chickens lay, 1 cup of water, and a half a cup of oil. And she mixed that very thoroughly. We poured this into a 9 by 13 glass, greased and parchment lined cake pan, and we just followed the directions. Put it in the oven for 350. I want to say it was like 20 to 25 minutes. Or when you take a toothpick and you stick it in there and you don't see any cake sticking to it. If you still see cake sticking to it, I would suggest you put it back in for, maybe like another 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 5, but you want to keep checking it. You do not obviously want to overcook the cake. As we got done with the cake and we pulled it out, you'll see in a few seconds that I took a wine glass and I was puncturing holes into the cake with the wine glass. I wanted to go ahead and do a really nice layered cake in the glasses. And then also, too, I'm going to be making a delicious raspberry compote. We picked out the raspberries that weren't very pretty looking. They were all, some of them were broken or damaged, still usable, but damaged. So I wanted to save the pretty raspberries, obviously, for the dessert and the top. She doesn't like taking the hot pans out of the oven, which is totally fine. I have no problem as her mommy to help her do that. I don't want her to get her burnt quite yet. I have enough scars and enough wounds. She don't need them quite yet. So here, I think I only added like less than a quarter cup of sugar. Got this good hot and bubbling. So now here you're going to see, once that raspberry sauce cooled, I had started making the layered cake. So on the bottom, I added a little bit of raspberry sauce. Now I did end up cutting those layered the cake into 3 different layers. So I took the middle one and I'm going to be sticking that in just a few minutes. So I did the bottom one, a middle layer, and then the top layer of the cake. This one here, we added just some Cool Whip, added the fresh strawberries, added that second cake layer. I drizzled some more raspberry sauce onto that. I did add one more cake layer right here because I really wanted the Cool Whip to be on the top. And then we topped it with a few more raspberries. And let me tell you what, I made 4 of these because my husband's not a fan of raspberries either. The 4 of us, my son, my 2 girls, and I really enjoyed that.
Go ahead.
So our final dish is coconut macaroons. Again, very simple. We kept the oven on at 350. We are taking here 2 tablespoons of vanilla. 1 package was a 12-ounce package of shredded sweetened coconut flakes.
Okay, now.
And then condensed milk, 1 can. Mix them all up and make them into little dough balls. When you do that, you're going to press them down, bake in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes at 350 until they're a nice golden brown. And I just want to thank my amazing helper, my daughter Abigail, today. She loves baking and really couldn't wait till we made this video together. As a family, we really enjoyed all of these desserts as we had them for lunch. Thank you so much for visiting my home today. If you like my videos and want to see more, please like, share, but most importantly, subscribe and keep on cooking.